Born October 15, 1881, Picasso was a Spanish painter and sculptor in the early 20th century, widely known for his Cubist artworks. However, he used many different artistic styles that can be depicted in phrases. Between 1900 and 1902 was Picasso's Blue period. At that time, he settled around Paris. He liked to paint people's miserable lives in the color of blue. Shortly after moving into Paris, he met Fernande Olivier, whom he became best friends with, and because he started to feel happy, he changed his gloomy blue colors into pinks and reds, thus creating the rose period of his life, which lasted from 1904 to 1905. He visited the circus several times a week and depicted the place in his artwork. Later in the summer of 1906, Picasso visited Spain, hence starting his Proto-Cubism phase. It was marked by the influence of Greek, Iberian, and African art. And following its name, the next phase of Picasso's artistic career was Cubism. He, along with Georges Braque, developed the painting style using monochrome brownish and neutral colors. They took apart objects and analyzed them in terms of their shapes. This phase started from 1909 until 1912. During this period of time, Picasso was tried for stealing the Mona Lisa, but he didn't, so he was set free. Both Picasso and Braque were concerned with the breaking down and analyzing form, so they developed the first phase of Cubism, analytic Cubism. Most of these artworks were in monochromatic color schemes. Picasso depicted radically fragmented motifs, whose several sides were shown simultaneously. In 1912, Picasso started pasting paper and oilcloths to his canvases to combine with the painted areas, creating a collage. This technique started the transition to synthetic Cubism. These artworks are more decorative and colorful. Picasso also created Cubist sculptures, as well as paintings. They were three-dimensional, and not as colorful. During World War I, Picasso went to Rome and started painting realist and surrealist artworks. He enjoyed drawing portraits of his then-wife, Olga Koklova, their son, and their friends. Later, he created strange artworks but denied them as surrealists, just very disturbing works. Surrealism is a cultural movement that began in the early 1920s. Surrealist artists depict the unconscious. They painted illogical scenes with photographic precision. They make the strange look realistic. Most of the surrealist movements were aimed to liberate a revolution in the human experience. Many surrealists had unleashed imagination onto the artwork. Desire and subconscious could be seen directly. They depict dreamlike images. In conclusion, surrealism is a movement that portrays unrealistic events in an artwork that seems realistic. I tried creating a surrealist artwork out of a picture of Picasso learning ballet, but it didn't turn out as well as I expected. I used an analogous color scheme of mostly greens and blues. To wrap it up, Picasso was an artist who liked to express human misery in the color of blue, but decided to paint circus clowns using pinks and reds. Later, he created many Cubist artworks both on canvases and as sculptures. He started painting disturbing pieces after marrying his first wife, Olga, and eventually divorced her later, resulting in a marriage with Jacqueline Roque, who was teaching him ballet in my artwork. Picasso changed from a gloomy painter into a cheerful circus person into a Cubist artist. He refuses to call himself a surrealist and loves the idea of breaking down artworks into little cube pieces. Some surrealist artists, however, are inspired by Picasso and base their artworks off of his. But personally, I hate the idea of separating the different styles of art. It gets confusing.
Created using Powtoon.